Hello there and welcome to Core Finance, where I'm joined by Alessio Rastani from leadingtrader.com. How are you today, Alessio?
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I regard you as a kindred spirit. And we will see, but only in the stock market sense,
right.
and only in the finances. Not only you're obviously much superior to me in many ways. Let's have a look at the charts you brought in.
Right.
Bitcoin, one of my favorite markets.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
This is as if you designed this series of slides for me.
I guess this is like candy bait to a lot of folks these days. People half my age, obviously. Bitcoin obviously is in the news. Now, I want to talk about Bitcoin and where we are right now and where we're potentially heading. But before we go on to discuss Bitcoin, guys, I wonder if you just go to the next chart just for a minute, because I want to bring this to your attention. Now, I thought this would be interesting to talk about because there was an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal, and I think it was Market Watch as well. And they said, look, millennials, or the young people these days, people who are born, essentially millennials, for those of you not aware, people who are born, I think, between 1980 and the millennium. But anyway, apparently these folks are not learning the lessons of their own parents, which is why I wanted to put this chart.
Nobody would want to do that. I mean, that's the most foolish thing you can do.
Exactly. Who does that, right? Yeah. But honestly, I mean, Zach, I'm done trying to going back over the past, and I think it's there's a lesson to be learned, and I think many people have heard this, that if you don't learn the lessons of history, you're bound or doomed to repeat it. So if you just go to that chart, so look, we've had the dot-com crash. This is what our parents went through, 2000, 2003. The big tech wreck, as they call it, when the technology stocks massively rallied. I mean, here's the thing. That could be the chart of almost something we know these days has happened. Then you got the real estate market and the stock market crash of 2007, 2008. Massive 50% drop there. And then you got the gold crash of 2013. Believe me, Zach, that I still know folks who refuse to even admit that gold was a bubble back then. Some people are just so deluded that they think, you know what, something can just go to the moon and not come back. So, you had these three major crashes, and as the Wall Street Journal was saying, people are never going to learn from the lessons of the past, which is why I think nobody is going to learn. Well, very few people today, if we go back to that Bitcoin chart, guys, very few people are going to ever admit that Bitcoin is ever going to have the same sort of consequence. And I think Bitcoin eventually is going to be a victim of its own success. Now, having said that, I think there is one good thing about Bitcoin, which is it has persuaded and inspired a lot of young folks to invest, which is a good thing. Now, whether it's Bitcoin or something else, fine. I do want to just talk about Bitcoin and where we are right now. By the way, any thoughts on what I just said, Zach, before I...
It's very, very profound stuff.
Very profound. Well, like I said, I'm done just talking about it. I mean, mentioning it always. But anyway, one of the things I love about this chart, and we just take a look at this, is that what I recommend is on your daily chart, put 100 simple moving average, which is the brown line you see in my chart, the 100 SMA. Because the majority of corrections, especially in an uptrend, do actually complete, or we see a C wave completion, ABC correction. For those of you who follow Elliott waves, that simply means that an ABC correction simply says that most corrections are formed of three sections or three waves, ABC. Now, in my experience, the majority of these corrections, ABC corrections, actually complete at the 100 SMA, which, by the way, is the weekly 21 moving average. Okay, I'm hoping I haven't lost everyone just by now.
This is great. I mean, this is great because now you just like if you like Bitcoin, you're waiting for the dip towards $2,200 before you. I mean, you have a dynamic entry point there, and basically you could almost put the order in like $50 to $100 below the 100-day moving average because it tends to overshoot a bit. And you can sell out maybe $50 to $100 above the 10-day or whatever. Yeah, what is that? The 21.
Yeah, that's a 21. That's a purple line.
Yes, exactly. So basically, you can use it, but people obviously don't have that discipline.
I guess not. No, but I would recommend. Look, I got this actually from BitcoinCharts.com, which almost anybody can access the free chart there on Bitcoin. But here's the thing. So we can see that Bitcoin has had a C wave, ABC wave correction. Just recently this month in July. We've completed, that correction appears by that 100 SMA, and the 2,000 level on Bitcoin as psychological support. We've managed to rally, and now we've had a pullback. We had a pullback just yesterday to the 21 exponential moving average, the purple line. And I'm expecting this wave 5 to continue now higher. So I'm looking for higher prices on Bitcoin for now. So that should certainly, for Bitcoin fans out there, might be good news for you guys.
Alessio Rastani from leadingtrader.com. You've had your money's worth on this one. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thanks again.
Thank you.